Gone. You lost his vote. But other people, they have to be hit a few times. They have to be hit a lot of times. They have to be hit like 40 or 50 times on the head to say, maybe this party is not going well. But you don't want to be out of that loop with your friends, because when you're out of the loop with your friends and you called not black, nobody wants to do that. Now, I was called not black, not because of my color, because people still said to black people, oh, when you black, you still black. I don't care what you say, you still black. Okay, like that's supposed to be offensive, I guess. Okay, I'm still black. Oh, you're so right. I should come out of my zone. Whatever my zone is, I should come out of it. You're still black. Vote like black. And you're not going to make you white. It, won't make you white. Even hanging around with rich people, and if you're poor, don't make you rich. Now, they say if you hang around with them, then, you can get a lot from them. So a lot of people do. They want to be rich. They hang around with rich, wealthy people. They don't hang around with poor people. They don't hang around with their friends like they used to hang around in the corner drinking beer. Yeah, man, remember those times? No, I don't remember those times. I'm going my way, and they say you show up. They're against them. They're against them. You're not a friend anymore. And they're not a friend anymore. They just moved on. They said they moved on. They're even still taped. I don't know. Sometimes I get in the, but you're not my friend anymore. You're just one of those show people, and so that's supposed to hurt them, and they're supposed to not want to hang around with those people anymore. Oh, I'm not gonna hang around with those people anymore. I mean, like some people can still have their friends, and this is. I'm not gonna say their friends like don't kiss their butt. They kiss butt because they wanna. And they like to kiss butt friends. I mean, who wouldn't like kiss butt friends? I mean, come on. I'm human, and if I know this person will kiss my butt, not literally kiss my butt, but but I'm at that position, and I could just say, hey, I can literally make this person do what I want them to do because they're my loyal subjects. And people act that way too. Yeah. Loyal subjects. And they act like loyal subjects. They do. They do act like loyal subjects. They do. So anyway, it's supposed to be this guy. Oh, wait a minute. I see in this picture they don't really show a lot of. They just show. But I like those kind of pictures. I like those kind of pictures when they just show. Let me see on the other picture. Do I have the head part? Okay. Went black. Went back. Okay, this was this part. I even have even less of the head part. So anyway, I'm just going to try to make what his head is. I mean, because I know it's his short hairdo. Very short hairdo. And as you imagine, now these are supposed to be shallow because they don't show his, you make out that it's guy. Okay. Yep. Who's that funny girl? And so you don't have to explain it's a guy. No, what guy? That might be the tricky part right there, because what guy is Now I'm not getting his. For some reason, I forgot about his head, and something else is blocking. I mean, he's wearing all black. Okay, he's wearing all black. Just gonna make a shoulder and stuff like that. And his marker won't go. Well, it can go dark, but really, you kind of don't need all that. But like I said, I just like the the shadow. Actually, the shadow of this picture. I like it a lot. I do. I like it, and so that's why I decided to do it. Not a weekend anymore. Weekday. Usually, you see your kids go off on a weekend somewhere, but my kids, they're not having school, and they're like, they go out. And we see kids playing outside, and plus it's summer, people are not going to be. The only people that's drawn to a classroom setting is work people. They're the only ones that's drawn to the classroom setting because, their work has to keep going. It doesn't go and say, hey, it's the summer. Let's do what summer people do. Start to do that. And they don't. It's supposed to be like shadow, okay? It's supposed to be like shadow. Sorry to say, it's like shadow. It's supposed to be another in there. Okay, so if you haven't guessed who this is, change this a little bit better into the. So if you haven't guessed who this is supposed to be, who's that supposed to be? Yeah, I got people coming in there. It's like, yeah, I can do that. Eyes closed. I can do it. And I don't do art competitions and stuff like that. So somebody, if they run across, now this has words all on it, and I lose this part because I'm sure this part is hair. Has some hair, and there's an ear missing, and I'm not doing the ear because the way they have this, because all of this was supposed to be in darkness. All of this is in darkness. Darkness form, So anyway, it's supposed to be, if you ever heard of it, you see it? Let's just see closer up. If I'm, last time I did this, I could not see, but I said they can't even see closer up because really, couldn't do it. And plus, you can see closer up if you expand it. So anyway, what they have on here, this is supposed to be like an audible. Yeah, if I'm getting any clues going toward your way. It's supposed to be an audible on a tape. So audibles, you can just hear it only. And it's called... I already wrote it down. Let me see, did I write the whole thing down? Oh, wait. I think it's called, because I just want the face, The Decision. I think it's called The Decision. Could be wrong. Decision? I have to check my spelling. But anyway, and I want to say it's Kevin Hart. You know, you have those actors that have their names spelt a different way. So, like the one I was talking about, Wonder Woman, like Wonder Woman. They have Wonder Woman, and I said Linda something was Linda Carter is her name, Linda Carter. And I always like, why do I like Linda Carter and stuff like that. Session, whatever his, I don't, you have to pay money just to get it, So I did not get it. I probably, I like his comic, but costs a lot. But I do like him. He's good, and at what he does, and he can have the hype friends that he have. He can have those hype friends. Those friends. I'll probably stay with him for a long time, and I mean, some people can do that. Some people can't. Some people can't have those hype friends and still be rich. you know, they can't have it. So, let's go this way. Okay. Let me see if they'll have it on here, because that's where I got it. Let me see. I know you only can see my head, on top of my head, and I was like, she's so unprofessional. I need to see everything of her. If she don't show everything, then she's not on the board. She's just so unprofessional. Can you believe that? I am so mad. Let me see what I have here. I think, I'm not typing because I tell you I have cataracts problems. Cataracts, now this screen can go wide, and it won't go wide. It can go wide if I want it to go wide, but I don't want to fiddle around with it all day. Then there it is. So you don't see it. I see it. Make this loud. I'm dyslexic as well. I hate being dyslexic, but I am. And I was trying to get this
decision.
Okay, so it is Decision. So Decision is his tape. If you want to order, I'm not commercial. I'm just not commercial. I think it was like, God, maybe $20 or something like that. I'm not sure. Maybe more than that. But yeah, I like him. I like him as a comic, but I like what they did. I mean, this is all blue. This part here, if you see the cover, it's all blue. This part in here is blue, and except black shadows, you see that. So it's much, and you don't see these lines. These lines are not those lines on the side that I have here. You don't see them here because of it's very, very fine. Let me see what else. Now, again, how things come about. I did draw some pictures, and I was drawing Elijah and Eliza. And there's the dogs. So I was going to find a way just to put them up there. And these were the prophets of that time. They were awesome. I mean, with Eliza, he had power, and this, he was a predator, apprentice, or you want to say, and he would follow Elijah, And he said, I want twice as much as you have. Is that being greedy? No. I mean, he wasn't being greedy. He said he wants twice as much. And he didn't make a promise to him and say, yeah, you'll get twice as much. But he said this. He says, if you see this happen, me go in the chariot and, see this. Because God put Elijah in a chariot and took him to heaven. So he didn't die. So his bones won't be here. Oh, we found his bones. No. He fell out of the chariot. No. He took it. And here you have this guy, Elijah. He wanted the power. He says, okay, if you see it, and he saw it. And he took his cloak. He had this cloak right here, and he took it. So I was trying to draw the cloak too, but he took it, and he had twice as much as his predecessor. So I just think that's neat, and we have prophets today. No, we don't have prophets today. We have Jesus Christ. You accept him as your Lord and personal Savior, you be saved. That's what we have today. We don't have prophets coming, judges. No, we don't have that. God did away with all those, and he said, I'm going to make the greatest sacrifice here. And he came in human form. So he's still God. Jesus is still God in human form. Now, he didn't come the way of, the man with the woman and this wonderful thing that happens, sperm in the uterus, and everything goes together, and the egg comes down, and all this thing. No, he didn't go, because that'd be going what? Through the blood. And the blood is what? Anyway, the sticky, sinful stuff. That's sin, sin. So sin. And sin. So it's all in the blood. So this is our blood, the blood, So you can't get it out and say, hey, you know what? You will drain some blood from your body, and so you will only have to sin. No, it doesn't work that way. We are all stained with the blood, so we need to be cleansed, and we don't. Well, I'm sure there's special cleansers. Oh, we can get that sin away from you if you just spray it on here. Oh, okay. Spray it on here. Sin away. Away. Okay, sin away. I didn't make the package pretty. Or you can take this peel. It's a fairly large peel. You can probably split it in half and wash that sin away. So, but that won't work. Okay, it doesn't work that way. So there had to be a sacrifice for us. For this, it had to be a sacrifice, and the sacrifice was Jesus Christ. That's the sacrifice, and there's many versions of what Jesus looked like. Some made him very handsome, some made him with blue eyes and blondish color hair, brown hair, and all kinds of styles. Some, in some churches you see him black. It's black church. In some places you see him Chinese church. I'm sure you see him in all kinds of forms in other, and this is not in no way, I'm sure. But you remember, he has a chosen people. So the chosen people was a line of David. Remember David? And what was David? If you read the Bible, David was what? A Jew. David's a Jew. It's a Jew. So therefore, Jesus is a Jew. So whatever the Jews look like, that's what Jesus looked like, Now, I'm not going to say you go down to Jesus genealogy and you say, oh, well, no, look, that person came about and that person came about, and that's what Jesus felt like. Yes, he added all those on there. Uh, he did. He did add all those. And those people like Ahab, she sacrificed. She made a sacrifice. There were cities, and they walked around the city 7 times, and the city came apart, fell down. But she made a sacrifice, and she got saved, and she became a part. She's female, and she came who was in the line, because the male, of course, the male. Now, newsflash, the male has the seed. He has the seed. Okay, and of course she was with a Jew, and they happily married, and that's how they did things back then. They didn't just fool around, fornicate, and all that stuff. I'll try you out, and then if I don't like you, I'll go to somebody else. They didn't do that there. And so the man has a seed. He has a billion seeds. I don't know, sperms, and when you put it with an egg, because a woman has the egg, she has the egg. So she has the egg, and the sperms have to find their way to the egg. But Jesus didn't go that route. He didn't go that route at all. He just went to, there's a woman. Okay, I'm not saying she didn't have an egg. Okay, she did. She have an egg. There's a woman. I want to draw the woman. I'm always drawing this woman like this because when I get in a don't feel like form, I tend to draw this way. I was going to show you how I really draw people, because I'll do that later. How I do my animations, and it's, I just do them like that. I'm going to just say she's in a dress, because back then, they were in dress, and I'm going to just put her feet like this. Okay, so it was God, right? It was God. And we didn't go to the man. I should put that. We didn't go to the man. God placed inside her egg. Went through that process, placed in there. And she had Jesus. So remember, going through the man, blood. What's wrong with the blood? The blood is sinful. Okay? That's sticky stuff. So, of course, Jesus was not born that way, so he's not involved in that sticky stuff. Now, God came through this process of birth. He experienced a whole condition. If you've been pregnant, you know how it is. Woman, she's been pregnant, she knows how it is. They always describe my mom. She would say, a pregnant woman has 1 foot in the grave. And I said, what? 1 foot in the grave? So 1 foot is, on earth, and the other foot is in the grave. It's a very delicate process, women being pregnant. Some people be funny and say you have a bun in an oven. But it is. I mean, we can still fall like everybody else, but if we fall, we can end a pregnancy, and I'm not going to say the land that she was walking on was like just straight, no bumps, no rocks whatsoever, none. No, it's really bumpy where she was. Can you see it? I don't think you see what I'm drawing. So it was really bumpy where she was. I mean, you have to walk that way. It's bumpy. It wasn't a paved road or paved sidewalk. that you can walk on. Say those who are pregnant, walk this way. They had a lot of births, but Jesus was the birth, a different birth. So he went through the same channel, not the same channel, but it's one of those channels that, remember Mary was a virgin also. She was a virgin. She didn't have anything with Joseph, although she was promised Joseph. She didn't have anything with Joseph, okay? Because back then you could say that's my wife, and y'all could be like years apart from each other. A young person, you say, that's my wife. Really? Are y'all married? And no, we're not married yet, but that's my wife. So, in some countries, they still do that where, it's planned. This is his wife, and they can, and it's promised to them. Some of those marriages work out, some don't. But I think what they do is they try to have a point where they're together. They just spend time with each other. They're not doing anything wrong with each other. They're going out to dinner, and but they're not doing anything with each other, which was the point back then. This was going to be his wife. Okay, and Mary was going to be his wife. So he appointed Mary to be the virgin, and Mary had a womb. Mary also had an egg. So they didn't say he changed the egg, right? Because like when they say you have a bun in the oven, the bun that's not really cooked in the oven, okay, it's blowing heat, okay. The bun in the oven, we're the oven. And the seed is the bun. So in order for this thing to become what we want it to be, let's make it better. We have to cook it. And so whoever came with that phrase, I'm using this as my example. But again, with this seed came from God directly to her. It followed the translation of the seed in her. This came from God. So this doesn't follow the same path as we were born in. We were born by the blood, and our blood was full of sin, was with that sticky stuff. I mean, you can't get that stick out of me. I mean, it sticks so much it went to the world. I mean, when that decision with Adam and Eve, and it just damaged the world. And how do you remove the sticky stuff from the world? You don't, because you are not. This world here will pass away. So what God has with you is separate. This is for us. Yes, the earth is for us to live in, and so that's all it is. I mean, we can't take it with us. And the stuff that's in the world, like our jewelry, our fancy televisions, cars and stuff like that, and our job titles, that's gone. I mean, it stays in the world. But this flesh also stays in the world. It's buried. But our spirit, which you won't see it floating. Oh, there's our spirit. It's floating. No, you won't see it floating. Like they experienced when Jesus was floating up to heaven. we, you won't see it, it'll just go immediately with the Father. Now, of course, we say, how is that possible? And how's the time in this? We're living in the predestined. This already happened. So your prayers that you pray today already happened. God heard it. God blessed them. I mean, it doesn't mean that you can't plea and plant, and as you are. I mean, it's already happened. It's already sealed. God can do whatever he wants. He can change his mind. He can do whatever he wants. He can change his mind. Yes, he could. Change his mind and say, wait, I'm going to do it this way. God is not here to please us. Okay, we can sing the praise of the Lord, and then, Lord, you're going to do me this favor. There's no favor here. We're here for his purpose. We're not here for our purpose. And we seem to forget that, which goes back to the whole thing, these riots and all this stuff. I'm not saying that you shouldn't protest. You shouldn't protest, but you should protest. A lot of people need to pray. A lot of people need to pray for what's going on. I mean, when we commemorate these things and we tie them into what's going on right now and what should hold terrorism first, Well, I think this should be holding first. That should be holding first. Some people like this first stuff, We have a lot of things going on in America. We do. I mean, and we have a lot of things going on in the whole world. So it's not just America. It's the whole world. The whole world experiences a lot of stuff. And the whole world, those people, a lot of people, behind closed doors, they're suffering. They're suffering still now because they don't have jobs and stuff like that. So a lot of people are suffering. Let me see what time I have because I'm supposed to call. I'm going to make that phone call. It didn't go off. But anyway, so a lot of people are suffering right now. A lot of people are suffering. A lot of people don't have the, jobs. When they make this up, you have to take the media as a grain of salt. Sometimes you have to think them as stupid because you have people that make these reports and to manipulate things and stuff like that. When it says, America's out of work and so they lost their jobs, and I'm saying, well, this is a pandemic. Can't they go back to their jobs? Right? They can't go back to their jobs. They can't go back to the position. Now, some people can't because the company that they work for has gone out of business, and the company said, hey, I'm shocked because I can't take this. What has happened, transpired, we can't recover from this. And so those people that was employed with that guy, with this couple, with a company, it's gone. So they have no choice. They have no position. But the other people who lost their position because of the pandemic doesn't mean they can't go back to them. Doesn't mean like, oh yeah, you're fine, I'm just hire some more people. You don't matter. I was firing you anyway. Oh, that'd be a different story. But it's because of the pandemic. It doesn't mean they can't go back to their positions. Now, the other people that's in a different situation, they have to go look for other jobs. Okay? And so you have to look at that. There's another thing I wanted to discuss about, and it doesn't go with the title at all, but it's about insurance, and insurance is we had something that I'm trying to invite my Facebook friends too, and embarrassed to say that a lot of people didn't view the page. But I said, look, this cousin, why am I going to that? But they didn't come, or they were unable to come, and they didn't have to come. They just only had to view it because webinar. And some of it was good that people respond to it and say, yeah, I like that speaker, I like what he was saying, I like what she was saying, like that, because if you have different speakers, some people can reach out to you better than other people. I mean, I like history, and some of the stuff is on history I liked, and I like hearing about how that got started, how that happened, I like that stuff, but again, if you came, you were able to view it, great. If you wasn't, you understand, because life happens. We hope that we can talk to you. You won't be shy. Say, I got things to do. I had dirty dishes in the sink, because nobody wants to talk about insurance. Nobody wants to talk about life insurance. Nobody wants to talk about any kind of insurance from anywhere. If it's to make quick bucks, some people might give you interest, but quick bucks, when they're quick, they're not always legal and legit and all that stuff. But when it's a business, that could be marketable and help others. It is plentiful because we always have others, young others, old others, middle class others, poor class others. We have all kinds of rich class others. We have all others in different shapes and sizes of others, colors, and nationalities, whatever. But what I wanted to say is that they have this thing where they talk about not about what I was talking about. Well, yeah, no, just something else different. But anyway, it's like in a hospital, I remember when Obamacare came out and people were like all excited about Obamacare and they didn't understand what it was about. And I think we still have Obamacare, but they don't talk about Obamacare. But in our experience, when we try to get on, because it's hard. I mean, you're searching for insurance and you say, hey, you know what, I'll go with this insurance, I'll go with that insurance. But some of them, the insurance that we got with, is they were stuck with that insurance. And guess how much they charge you if you have no money? They charge like it was, say you're not even making it, even you have a job, they would charge like $450 for the person a month. I'm like, okay, but we're not working. It's $450 per person. But how are we going to come up with that? Because we're not working. Well, it turns out when you go with group bond campaign insurance, you don't go that route because everybody will tell you for health care